I'd say hi, guys, but I don't see anybody here, so I guess I'm saying hello to myself. Um, I think I'm going to keep it relatively short tonight. I just wanted to tell you a couple of things. Hi, Myra. Great to see you. It is really, really funny. I went out to lunch with my friends today. Thursday is our day for lunch most of the time. And I have made this astounding discovery that not only can my friends yeah, it is great to see you. Not only can my friends not drive, they don't know how to park. I have never seen anything like it in my life. We went to this restaurant that everybody loves. The food is absolutely wonderful. It was mobbed. The parking lot was full. There was not a spot, and they were getting desperate. They drove around a second time, and they were getting frantic about what they were going to do. So I made a suggestion. I said, well, we could either go someplace else or we can park in that spot over there. There was an angled spot at the very end of the next building across the parking lot. And they said, we, she said, I can't park there. I'll never be able to get into that spot. Our other friend, who was sitting in the back seat, said, you can't park there. You'll never be able to get in. You'll never be able to get out. It was a normal parking space. I was laughing at the two of them. And I said, it's a normal spot. Park the car. I said, or let's go someplace else for lunch. So they were trying to decide for probably the next 5 minutes whether or not they should attempt to get into that spot that was a perfectly normal parking spot. Finally, she tried it and she said, oh my God, this is never going to work. I'm going to crash into the car. My husband's going to kill me because I'm going to put a dent in the car. And I said, what are you talking about? It's an end spot. I get out of the car, I'll park the car. To make a long story short, she finally parked the car, at which point my other friend said, this is not a spot. I said, it's a spot. It has two lines, one on either side, denoting a spot. And the two of them could not get together on this, and we're going to give it up and drive around the parking lot a few more times. It was very strange. It really was. Was it worthwhile? Yes. The food was wonderful. I had chicken francaise. I had it with linguine, with a meat sauce, and the francaise sauce was wonderful. The meat sauce was wonderful. I ate more bread than I should have, and it was really very, very nice. I also have made a discovery in my old age that it was delish. It really was. It was terrific. I had gotten the phones. Remember I told you I got the one phone and I got the second one free. The problem is I have that one phone that we determined we had a poltergeist in the phone. Not only that, but the phone kept moving because it was really shiny. It was that XS, and it has the gold finish in the back. Well, I ordered a case for it because I didn't want to kill my phone before I got any insurance on it. I don't yet have insurance on this thing. And the hot phone, that's right, this is the hot phone. So I get this case for it that I thought was really attractive when I looked at it online. Not a bad looking case. It shows the gold. And it said it's something like dripping agate, something like that. Isn't it? The problem with it is that the back of it is a sticker. It's a sticker that sits on top of a plastic case. Forgive me, but that looks a little cheap and chintzy to me. That's not, I mean, I think it would be really pretty if it were not weird. But the biggest problem, a sticker. In other words, this design is a sticker on top of, it's raised, you can feel it. on top of the case rather than integrated into the case. And I thought that was odd. But that's not the oddest thing about it. The oddest thing about it is that I bought it in the first place before I made sure that the phone works right. I'm still afraid of this phone that heats up. I've been doing a lot of reading, and I haven't heard one thing about the XS Max that it heats up. But if I decide to return this now, and I only have a couple of days left, exactly. So if I return this, I now have this case that was, you should pardon the expression, custom made for me, because apparently they don't paste the stickers on until you order the case. I guess they don't want to have any stickers hanging around just in case nobody orders that case. Maybe it's smart, but so I think I made a big mistake. I have to decide what to do. Now, do I keep the phone, the hot phone, simply because I have a cover for it? Not only did I buy the case, I got a glass, one of those tempered glass things to put on the screen to make sure that the screen doesn't crack. Although they say that the XS and the XS Max are not supposed to break as easily as the old phones did. They've drop tested them and supposedly they're really pretty good. I wouldn't want to test it. It's too expensive a phone to test that way. So that would not be my first choice. So that is my story about my day. We got back so late. No, I'm not testing it. I'm absolutely not testing it. As I say, it's way too expensive. I have to tell you, I truly love. I have two phones, Sabrina, because I have it for my business. When I got the first phone, I'd had it for years. A lot of clients knew that phone number, and it was in the days when you could not move your phone number from one company to another. I was with Verizon at the time, and they used to drop a lot of calls. And when they dropped the calls, I would lose business. So I got a second phone with a different number so that I could get it with a different service and hopefully not drop calls. And that worked really well. The problem was, over time, I had quite a number of people calling me on one number and then quite a number of people calling me on the other number. So I was trapped having two phones. I do understand that they are supposed to have some kind of an eSIM or something. I had read it somewhere at some point where you could actually have two numbers on one phone. That would be a joy for me. I would love nothing more than to have just one phone rather than two to drag around. For the longest time, I kept my 4S because it was a very small phone. No, I know you don't, Sabrina. I don't recall you commenting before. Myra, I had AT&T on my old phone. Originally, I had Verizon. That was the one I had the problem with. And now I have Sprint. I gave up my AT&T service because in order to get the free phone, I had to transfer the number from the other service to Sprint to get the XR free. And I did that, and I had no problem doing that. I was loyal to AT&T for many years, but the problem was I could never get online with that phone. It would never let me get online, or it would let me get online for a very short time. I have to tell you, Sabrina, I agree with you, but there were too many people over the years. This was over a period of a number of years that I didn't even think of. And they would call me. I've had clients call me after 15 or 20 years to work with them again. So it made it more than worthwhile to have, hi Donna, to have the two numbers. I'm not so sure it makes sense now, given my situation, but there's nothing I can do about it right at the moment. So I have this situation, but yes, I have to pay for for the service, but the additional service for the second line was $40, so it's not as terrible. Hi, Rita. And it's doable for that. It is a tax write-off, and oh, did you start watching during the radiation? Yeah, that was quite a time. Myra, it's the same lipstick that I used last night when I made the mistake, because the mistake turned out to be pretty and everybody liked it, so here you go. So I think the mistake is my new lipstick. Isn't this a great group? It really, really is. I have different eye makeup on though today. Can you see it, Myra? This is another palette. I started to do a video earlier today, but didn't finish it. Forwarding message on one number. Yeah. Oh, I don't, well, they say that you're going to be able to have two numbers on one phone, but I would imagine they'd want to charge you for that as well. I'm not sure how that's going to work. I have to kind of let it play out a little bit and see what happens. I really don't know. Um, yeah. Oh, so I started to tell you with this, I really, really like this palette a lot. I can't remember which one it is. It's another Profusion palette for the eye makeup. I really love the colors. I don't remember which one it was. It has, let me bring you in close for a minute. Now this is after a whole day, so it's not in as great shape now as it was earlier in the day. And the silver is kind of, it looks a little bit flaky at this point. The green eyeshadow, Rita, which one was where did I get the green? Oh, the green was in the, I believe it's Morphe. Thanks, Pat. Yeah, the green was I believe it's Morphe, and it's called Blizzard. It's the Blizzard palette if they still have it. Yeah, it was a really pretty color green. Blizzard, yes, exactly. And it was an inexpensive palette. By the way, I mentioned again that if anybody was interested in buying anything on the Mirror Nest line, they're at Haute Look for a few days. They were starting today. So if anybody wants to try it, you couldn't find it, I'll look for it, Rita, and see if I can find it. I'll check it for you and see if I can come up with anything. I bought it over a year ago, though. I bought it, well, maybe about a year ago. I think it was around November or December of 2017. Again, I believe I got it from Haute Look on one of their sales. I can't swear to it, but I think I did. I think I paid $10 for it, I want to say, for the whole kit. And it's like 32 colors. I don't want to swear to it because I could be slightly off, but it was really, really priced well. And there are a lot of colors that I like in that kit. I love the one that I used for my base shadow. And yeah, I'll definitely check it out for you and see if I can find it. I wish I could recall which one of the Profusion. I wish it's upstairs and I'm downstairs, so I don't want to run upstairs now to check it out. But yeah, I really like this kit a lot. They have such great makeup. They really do. I did notice though, and I thought it was interesting. I guess they're selling a lot of stuff because I felt the packaging is still one of the best packaging that I've seen. Oh, is it on eBay? The Blizzard palette? $15 is still a pretty good price. So, yeah, Rita, that's not a bad thing if you can pick it up on eBay. I truly love it. The white on that I use as my base color is my absolute favorite. I use it all the time. I use it with many other kits, so if you can pick it up, by all means do it. And I think you'll love it. It's got great pigment. It wears extremely well. And by the way, for the primer, I'm still using the Profusion primer, and I do like it, but in truth, I like my Urban Decay primer better. I really do. I think in terms of long lasting, if I have it on, if I'm going to do something like a 12-hour test or a 10-hour test, I think I do better with the Urban Decay eyeshadow primer. So I'm going to keep on getting that. This came with the kit. I also got in one of the kits from Profusion that silver liner, the shimmery liner. So I'll do a smoky eye one day, and I'll do the shimmery liner to show you what that looks like, because I think that that's a really pretty look as well. And once again, I'm going to come in close because let me show you the mascara. Now again, it's been on for many, many hours. What I have on today is the Lights Camera Lashes by Tarte. I wore that one for years before I started getting the new ones that I've tried. And it's a good mascara. It does a really nice job, but I have to work a little bit harder to get the look. When I use the Marc Jacobs, it is easy, it is fast, and it's lush. It's also more expensive. The Lights Camera Lashes. This wig, I think this is one of the Raquel Welch ones, Brave the Wave. I believe this one is Brave the Wave. And I do love it. It actually needs to be washed, which is probably a good thing because I have already started the video where I'm going to wash the wig and show you how I do that. I sort of hate to do that the first time because I don't want it to lose any of its original look. But I'm very pleased with these. There was a woman who had approached me about working with her to show you different wigs, but I haven't heard from her since her initial contact, so she may have changed her mind. I'm not sure. If she does, in fact, go through with it, I certainly will have other wigs to show you. And I love doing it because you know how much I love them. And they work extremely well for me. They just make it so easy when I want to run out on a day when I'm not having a great hair day. So, yes, I do wash it in fabric. I don't wash it in fabric softener. I actually wash it, you can though. I actually wash it in Woolite. I used to wash it in wig shampoo. It's expensive. Woolite's not cheap, but you can do a lot more washings with it. So I do that, but I'll show you the whole process. And then I totally rinse it off. Then I use the fabric softener on it. And I rinse that out. And then I, as Patty's Pearls would say, shake the tar out of it, and I hang it up upside down to dry in my tub. And when it's ready to wear, it's just ready to go back on my head. And I try to wash it a little bit less frequently. I don't love the wig shampoo. I really don't. It's synthetic. They do hold their shape, more or less. This one, I don't remember if this one is heat defiant. It might be. This one might have been one of the heat defiant ones. And the thing to be most mindful of, in my opinion, is to make sure that when you take it off, that you run a comb through it, always starting at the bottom and working your way up, so that you don't get the tangles that stretch out the fiber and ruin the fiber. I have done that a few times to the earlier wigs that I got, and you just don't want to do that because they're too costly to have to replace all the time. The price range, I don't remember on this one. There really are. For me, the platinum colors are the ones that work the best. or the ones that are essentially, they call them platinum, but they're really white. And again, that's the closest to my hair color. But my hair really is a platinum color on its own. So I'm fortunate, I guess, that it just went that way. Is it around 200? It's possible. I always buy my wigs on sale. I won't buy them for the regular price. They're just too much money. My best brand for me personally, I love Gabor. I love Gabor. I've been so happy with my Gabor wigs. I love the way they fit. I love the cap on it. I like Raquel Welch, but I'm not loving that new memory cap as much. It doesn't bother me in the winter. In the summer, that stuff, it makes my head a little bit sweaty. Yeah, I usually buy it with 30% discount. Sometimes I've even gotten it for a little bit more. Occasionally I can get it for 35% off. But essentially 30% off is what I try to go for. And I wait. I'm not going to be buying any anytime soon because clearly I've got other much more serious issues going on. So unless I get them to show you, there's nothing much I can do for you in the wig department lately, unless something radically changes in my financial world. So, this past year has been a rough one. I love, love, love Gabor. I really do. I've had such good luck with it. I love the styles. I love the fit. I'm just extremely happy with them. I've got carte blanche. I've got, wait a minute, is Soft and Subtle Gabor? Oh, the human hair. The human hair are wonderful. I wish I could do that. I really do. Yeah. I would love to be able to do the human hair wigs, but that's just not, it's not going to happen anytime soon, unless, again, something unusual happens. But the synthetic ones are really, really good now. People always think it's my hair. People always tell me how wonderful my hair looks. And again, as I say, I mean, I can get up. If I have to go someplace in a hurry and my hair looks awful, I just throw a wig on and I'm done. I'm good to go. And I feel as if it's kind of like, I guess it must have been for women years ago who wore hats a lot. It just gives you a little bit of a different look, a different feel. It's kind of like playing dress up, I guess, in a way. So I really do uh, I like my wigs. I think what was that other one that became hugely popular of Gabor's? It's that short, the synthetic ones can, yeah, the synthetic ones are, the heat defying ones can start to matte faster. So you have to really be careful with it. And again, all you do is comb it out or use a detangler if you need to do that. I had bought it, I used it a little bit. I really haven't had to use it for the most part, but you have to be careful. And I found that when I get the longer styles, they matte much faster. My whiteout has been a nightmare in terms of matting, I will tell you that. However, it's also been a very inexpensive wig. I, yeah, I love my wigs. I really do. And I love being able to wear them. It's just fun. It's just fun, and it's like any outfit you get. Oh, speaking of which, let me see if I can. Oh, you can't really see it. I'm in the chair in a position that is a little. Oh well, let me see. Let me raise the back. This is a piece I had gotten from Chico's, I guess a year or two ago, something like that. It's kind of a pretty piece. I like it. It's really not showing up right here, so I'm kind of wasting my time, but it is nice, and I have absolutely enjoyed that. But again, yeah, I just, if I had the ability to have it, I would have many more wigs in my collection because, again, it just makes getting dressed and getting on the go so much easier and so much faster that it's totally worthwhile. So I'm happy and wouldn't want to go any other way. So yes, the wigs are terrific, and I think as long as you keep them in good condition, and that's not always the easiest thing to do until you learn how to do it properly. They can get dried out and they can start to look very, uh, what's the word I'm looking for? Coarse. You wear the Ellen Villa. Yeah, I love the look of the Ellen Villa. I've never had it. And they seem to be a little bit less dense. Is that true? I was watching a few videos showing the Ellen Villa, and there are styles that I would love to try of hers. So yeah, I think it's great. And I also think it's really good for people to know whenever they show wigs, they generally show them on younger women. And I think it's really nice for women of a certain age. They are less dense. I thought so. And the cap runs a little bit small. I love the look of them. I also love Henry Margot. I would love to wear some of the Henry Margot styles. They don't have a good color for me. Oh, thanks, Nancy. I really, thank God. Please God, just let me continue on a road to a better place. So even though I've been in a lot of pain with my leg, you have a huge head. They have, if your head, is your head a little bit bigger, Myra? Because they have the large size wig caps. Do you wear those? Mine is an average, and I occasionally can wear a petite average. I don't remember the size. I don't know if it's 21 or 21 and something inches circumference, I believe. Yes, yes, I do. I do feel somewhat better. It rode up. Yeah, that's awful. And do you ever use the adjustable tabs to adjust it for you? I find that as I have the wigs and I have them for a while, I really feel like I need to adjust it tighter because I feel as if they loosen up some. And the last thing I would want is for somebody to brush by and suddenly walk away with my wig on their coat or on their arm and have me looking half bald. So the wig grip, I'm sure it does. Yeah, I'm sure it does help. Yeah, the adjustable tabs really help because you can adjust the size, within reason, depending upon what the ability is. Oh, is that true that very few of them come in large? Oh, thank you. Thank you. Um, they have wig caps. Now, where were they selling those? I know they were selling them on some of the, wait a minute, was it some of the wig companies that were selling the wig caps? And do any of you use those bands, like the wig band? Because I know some people were using that. I don't use anything. I really should. I just put my hair up with some bobby pins, or sometimes I just do a ponytail and then take the stray hairs and just pin them up. But that's laziness because I do it quicker and I can just be done with it. So that really works for me. Um, but yes, the wig caps are really good. The wig grip, yes, I would imagine that that does. I've seen some really nice ones. One of these days I'll have to get one of those because I think it's good. How does that work when it has the mono part or the mono top? Do you see a band under the part making it look less realistic? I'm not sure how that works because one of the things that I like so much is having the mono part so it looks natural, and it really does. And now with the lace tops that they have, they make it look so much better than wigs used to look. They really do look so much better. So yeah, I'm extremely happy with mine, and I cannot imagine my life at this point without any wigs. Oh, that's good. That's good. And so I trust that the band that you have, Cheryl, is sort of flesh colored or something like that. Oh, no, I didn't. I have to tell you, Rita put the what was it? The Lindt, the milk chocolate with hazelnut in my cart at Amazon, but I haven't clicked order yet. It is the color of your scalp. Yeah, it has to be. And that's really good. Oh, that chocolate, Myra, is so bloody good. It really is. I cannot tell you how delicious it is. Unfortunately for me, I had bought it at one of these dollar type stores, and it normally runs $3.99 a bar. I think it's 4 point something ounces the bar. And it usually lasts me when I'm good 4 days maybe. But they had them for $1.99. So when I thought they would always have them, but they didn't. And when they ran out of them, and I had to then go pay $3.99 for it, I didn't want to buy it for $3.99. But the price that they had on Amazon, if you bought, you should pardon me, if you bought, I think it was 12 of them, it was two, or maybe 10. It was 260 something each, and I said, well, that's tolerable, so I can do that. But I have not yet clicked on order for a couple of reasons. Number one, I had that chocolate that my brother had sent me. It was Bridgewater chocolates, and I had chocolate. I had another box of chocolates, and they're gone. So I'm not being terribly good. I'm really not. I had been being much, much better about sugar, and I'm just not being terribly good. So I lament that fact, but it is truth, and I speak truth. So, yeah, but if you haven't tried the Lindt chocolate with hazel, I probably shouldn't tell you because then there'll be less for me. But you really should try it. It's just so good. 'Tis the season is right. My friend gave me a box of cookies, and it has Belgian chocolate on it. So I had some of that tonight. Chocolate is good. I agree with you. I think chocolate is a panacea. It really is. Chocolate works for everything. If you're depressed, have chocolate. If you, I don't know, well, if a friend moved away, have chocolate. No matter what. 'Tis the season. Absolutely. And come to think of it, I really should go into Home Goods because they have, oh God, they've got, oh, I shouldn't have told myself that. Have chocolate, exactly. Hi, Denise. We are talking chocolate at the moment. And yeah, they have some wonderful, wonderful chocolate usually at Home Goods right about now. And I've got a lot of make-believe money from Home Goods from my staging days. So chocolate is better. I agree with you. Chocolate is, yeah, it just, doesn't it make you feel good no matter what? If you have chocolate, it has to up your mood. It's just such a good thing. So yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. If I'm feeling well enough tomorrow, I'm gonna take myself into Home Goods and get myself some lovely chocolates for the season. And I think maybe I will click order. Yeah, I like the dark chocolate, but I hate to say I also am a lover of milk chocolate. I really am, especially with nuts. and especially with the hazelnuts. The hazelnuts and chocolate to me are the ideal combination. They really are. Although when in a pinch, I can even do a Nestle's Crunch and be happy. I was standing online at CVS the other day. I wanted to get some of their water because the gold emblem water is something I can drink. It's carbonated water. Cadbury chocolates, yeah, those are really good. Hazelnuts are so bloody good. And with the Lindt chocolate, it's just a wonderful combination. It's a nice rich chocolate. I also I've never met a chocolate I didn't love. I am with you, Myra. Absolutely, 100%. I used to love many, many years ago Barton's. There was a Barton's down the block from where I lived, and I used to walk over there all the time, and they had truffles. I just loved it. Yes, I agree with you. Also, the Italian chocolates are wonderful. They really are. Um, what's the very famous one that I'm going blank on all of a sudden? Not the Ghirardelli Bacci, but there's another one. Very, very famous. No, I can't think of it. I also love See's chocolate. Does anybody know See's chocolate from California? Very delicious chocolate. Oh, I'm getting a stiff neck. Um, what is it? Yeah, See's chocolate is really wonderful. But what is that very famous one that I'm going totally blank on? Godiva. Thank you so much. Good. How could I forget Godiva? Yeah, See's is wonderful. The very first time I had it, my son had gone out to California. He was making movies in those days, and they were having a meeting out there. And when he came home, he brought me a thing of See's chocolate. And I said, oh my God, this is so good. Buttercreams. I love the buttercreams. I love all the different, I love the soft centers in all of the berry flavors also. I don't know that one, Sandra. I really don't. No? Really? Wow. Yeah, no, I love my pasta. Godiva ice cream. Wow, I didn't know that. I think you can online, Donna. I think you can order See's chocolate online. I'm pretty sure. There is also an incredible chocolate place in Manhattan, in New York City. And when I was in the hospital, my brother and sister-in-law bought me a box of the most decadent looking chocolates. Your husband used to get you Godiva chocolates for Christmas. That's great. Yeah, I thought you could order it online. But I forgot the name of the company. I'll let you know when I come up with it. I had to make him take it back home because it was during the summer, it was very hot, and that was the point at which I had gotten very, very sick, and they had to put in the NG tube, and I couldn't eat anything. And I was looking at this magnificent box of chocolate, knowing that it was going to melt and get destroyed. And it was so wonderful, so I had him take it home. Wanted to get chocolate from that place. So they do very inventive stuff. Did you like living in California, Donna? My son has talked to me about moving out there. I just don't know that it's a viable option for me. Um, but I'd love to be near him. I'd love to be with him. I would love to live in a casita right behind his house. That would be ideal for me. I would love to be close. It's just, it would be warmer. It absolutely would. Oh, really, Maria? Yeah. Well, David, I mean, they live in Brentwood, actually. The weather is good. That's what David said to me. He said, you wake up every day and the sun is shining. Oh, Ferrero Rocher, right. Right. I didn't recognize it without the second half. But yes, but I've never tried them, actually. Um, Yeah, but he tells me that I would love the weather out there. I don't think I'd love the traffic out there. And other people tell me it's not so easy. It never rains in sunny California, right? Why do I feel like singing? And of course, my grandkids live in Arizona, and it is sunny in Arizona all the time as well, in a tiny house. Tax is 15,000 a year. I know. That's what's so difficult. It's just not being able. Oh, rolled in hazelnuts. Oh, I love it. Um, Heavy lot of cars, I know. It is too hot in Arizona. That's why I had said I could never move out there. It was just too much. I mean, they were in Scottsdale, and when it's 118 or 120 in the summer, and my son used to tell me all the time, it's dry heat. And I would say to him, David, if they can fry an egg on the sidewalk, it's too hot. Not for me. It's just not for me. But I think I could certainly do California. But I think I'd have to win the lottery first so I could actually afford California. So it's too hot for wigs. You're right. What would I do? Um, yeah, and yet look at Haley of Haley's Custom Wigs or Haley's Designer Wigs, I think it's called. She's out of is it Tempe? She might be out of Tempe. I don't remember. It's hot. Exactly. Exactly. And then some friends have told me I should move to Florida. And of course, Florida's deadly in the summer. I've been there in the summer, and it's so humid. Side of Atlanta. I don't know where I'm going to wind up. What part of Florida, Donna? Southern, eastern? Contact lenses wanted to melt on your eyeballs. I can believe that. Yeah, yeah, I don't know. I would like very much not to live in New York in the winter anymore. It is just too miserable with all, I just can't take it. I really cannot. Yeah, near family is what would be the best, right? Old people, and if I moved down there, that would be one more. I know I can't take the humidity, and I afraid of San Diego was supposed to be one of the best places to live. We are old. We are old. So I kind of tip the scales a little bit further in that direction. So I'm thinking that's probably not. I'm a young. I'm with you. I know the humidity is terrible. It really is. Do you have to deal with red? I like to trust the earth beneath my feet. So they say it's the devil you know versus the devil you don't know. Snow, that's fine. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know where I'm going to wind up. I really don't. I have no idea. But it's an adventure. So we'll see where the next step takes me. First, I need to get well. So I need to feel vibrant again. I wonder if that's in my future. And yeah, that I just don't know that I could do Colorado though, because they have an awful lot of winter. I had friends who had actually, it was a client of mine who had become a very good friend, and they moved out to Colorado for a while, and then they moved to lots of 55 plus communities where I guess I missed that part of the conversation because the 55 and over communities to move someplace where a lot of people, at least, oh, okay, at least in those communities, you have a chance of meeting people and having people to interact with. No, not fun. I hate it with a passion. I told when I was to pick was not fun. I really don't love it. It's not fun. Central Florida. I have been on the Gulf side and I have been on the side of the Atlantic Ocean, and both have their merits. I actually don't know if I had mentioned that I'm sort of interacting with a few people on a dating site. One of the guys says he's from Tampa. Oh, hi, Renee. I'm not sure he really is because you never know. He could be in Nigeria sitting behind a computer for all I know. But he says he's from Tampa. If true, he told me it was very cold in Tampa yesterday. I did Google it just to make sure, and yes, it was cold in Tampa yesterday. I think it was 42 degrees at one point. So, yeah, it can get cold in Florida too. But if it gets cold, it gets cold for a short period of time. Here, it's a misery. I detest winter in New York. I detest it. And I'm so done with snow. It's what we have to look forward to. You had a problem though, Marla, in Florida. I know you did. It was just too much for you. Rhode Island. I missed something about Tampa. What was it? 42, but it was 70. Yeah, I heard that it was going up. Oregon is really nice. Yeah. I have part of the family is lives out in Seattle. Actually, there's kids live out there. All of them live out there. So I would have some people that I knew, but it rains out there a lot. So that's not something that I would really want it. I want sunshine and happy days. Is that too much to ask? Maybe it's for, but it would be nice. Like it at least some of the time. I feel I had so little sun. Everything's air conditioned. Yeah, that's true. And again, so we lose a lot of time in the winter, and in other places, people lose some time outdoors in the summer. California with a lot of money, I agree with you, Marla. I'm missing the second part of the equation. So I really need to work on that. It was funny. When I was talking to the doctor yesterday, I don't know if I mentioned this in yesterday's video, but when I was talking to the doctor and he mentioned that his wife used to have a really good job, but that she had had cancer and that yeah, I know the no income tax is good in Florida. That she had a very high powered job, and after the cancer, she lost it, and she was not able to get another job equivalent to it at all. So I was very tempted to say to him, "So are you telling me what I need to do is marry a doctor?" A little late, too late in the game for me. But yeah, that would sort of take care of it. I, short of winning the lottery, not sure what's going to work for me. So I have to figure out what I can do within the realm of my reality, which is, oh, really? Oh, that's right, Renee. You certainly would know. I don't think it would be no death tax. Oh, that's good. Um, I probably care a little bit less about that though. I shouldn't, but I do. I figure that they'll do very well on their own. So, well, it's too late anyway because of the economic turn in my life. Things have changed. If several years ago, it would have been very, very different, and I certainly could have had something of some kind of substance to leave behind for the next generations. But things change. So we have to deal with the reality that we have now. 24-hour security is great. That's nice to know so you don't have to worry. A lot of people have talked about in Florida about the villages and moving down to the villages, and they say that they love that. I just think for me, if I had to move someplace, it would be nice to be in a community where I would have to meet people. Your part is good. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. The Villages is right up the road from you. Lady of the Lake. A lot of people seem to like it. Does your aunt like it? A friend of mine just sold her house here, and she's moving down to Car Lakes. I think it's called Car Lakes. I have other friends who live in Valencia. You go there every week. Do you like it? Loves it and has been there for years. Lady Lake. Yeah, I mean, there is something tempting about it on some levels, although I know me and absolutely hate humidity in the summer and worrying about hurricanes. Great. Yeah, it would be interesting. I mean, at this point, I'm in a place where I just don't have Valencia and all of that. Aren't Point Beach and bringing in people with very bad habits. Oh, for heaven's sakes, are we starting to have a problem again with great hospitals? Well, that's something I need. Yeah, I certainly would have to be in a place where not hopeful. I'm ever hopeful. Oh, I'm slowing down in my speech. I sound drunk. So I'm gonna end it now. It is you, Sandy. You definitely did.